you should never sell something just because it's down, or buy it because it's up. People buy things, they see it's up, they say, "Oh, I better get on because it could keep going up, and I might miss it, and then I'll have to kill myself." In bad markets, people are overly concerned about losing money because they take the bad news as portending continued bad news, not regressions to me. And the fear of losing money drives people out. But in the good times, an even stronger force, in my opinion, takes hold. And that's FOMO, the fear of missing out. And when the stock market is rocking and rolling and it's going up every day, and you see headlines about, Joe Blow turned 10,000 into 15,000 in a day, people say, "Oh my God, I feel so terrible. I've been missing this. Everybody else is getting this. I got to get on this. I can't stand to miss out. I better get in." Now, they may not know what the thing they're doing is or why. And by the way, they may have decided not to buy it when it was 100, but now that it's 200, they say, "I got to get in or I'll keep missing out." And all these things, this is all emotion. And you have to stand against these things. And, there's a book called, I think it's called Panics, Manias, and Crashes, if I'm not mistaken, by Kindleberger. And in a later edition, it has a great line. It says, "There is nothing so injurious to your mental well-being as to watch a friend get rich." And it's really true. I mean, that's human nature for you. And, you have this guy who has the locker next to you at the gym, and he's not that smart. He's a nice guy, good to have a drink with once in a while, but you don't think he's not that smart. And he starts telling you about the money he's been making. And you say, "Oh, that's silly stuff. You don't even know what you're doing." Back in the .com bubble, people would say, "Oh, I'm buying a stock. It's coming public yesterday." They say, what's the symbol? They say LBR. He says, "Well, what's the name?" He says, "I don't know." "Well, what does it do?" "I don't know, but I hear it's going to double." So the next day you see the person, you say, "Did you buy that stock?" He says, "Yeah, I did." He said, "What happened?" "Oh, it's tripled." So after you hear 5 of these, then the first time you heard it and the guy says, "I'm buying it, but I don't know the name or what it does," you think he's an idiot. But after 5 of them, you say, "I got to get in on that." And that's the way this thing works. And so you have to get away from excessive fear of losing money, excessive respect for fluctuations, and especially you have to get away from this fear of missing out. And just when you're in the third stage of the bull market, when things have been rocking and rolling for a couple of months or a couple of years, and everybody's getting rich, that's when people capitulate and get in at just the wrong time. Because the market it is the fact that the market has risen a great deal that attracts you, but that's not a reason to buy.